What is up, guys? PieMuffin here, and we are back with some more Trails Through Daybreak 2. Last time we handled 2 of our 3 remaining 4 SPGs, and now we just have the final one left, which is to help out at Andalusia. So we're going to get this done, and then we will actually finish progressing the story past the festival. Oh, well, if it isn't Van. I appreciate you taking the time to visit, but I'm afraid I'm a little preoccupied at the moment. No worries, we're here on business today anyways. You guys sent out a 4 SPG asking for Arkwright Solutions help, right? We're here to lend a hand. Does that mean you're the Spriggan everyone's been talking about? What a surprise to think it was you this whole time. Well, thankfully you caught me at the perfect moment. Your request mentioned something about the Edith Sweets contest, right? Sounds like a pretty big deal. Listen up, Fairy. The Edith Sweets contest is more than just a big deal. It's a test of will that features the most celebrated patissiers in the capital. Oh, Lord. Quattro isn't even looking in this direction. It may only be held once in a blue moon, but it's an event that defines the future of each and every confections establishment in the capital. Andalusia was the winner of last year's contest, which means they're practically a shoo-in for this year, too. I see. You keep track of all their contests, huh? I expect nothing less from the Professor of Sweets. Up until last year, the event was sponsored by the Quincy Company. Many of the participants were from the East and Central East, so the judges had ample opportunity to act with prejudice. That won't happen again. Hard to believe they're holding such a historic event at Aramis, of all places. Sorry, I must have forgotten to mention it to you. As last year's winner, we were consulted as to where the contest should be held. And as you may know, we're also in charge of providing the sweets for Aramis' cafeteria. We try to set up a booth at their festival every year. Due to it overlapping with the contest this year, I suggested we might as well hold the contest at Aramis. The school readily agreed to the proposal, of course. I even added my own seal of approval. However, we've recently been made aware of a few complications. That's why we issued a 4 SPG. Alright, makes sense to me. So, what did all the participants decide to bail or something? Well, you see, apparently all of the patissiers other than Holland have fallen horribly ill. At the same time, that's impossible. Ah, here it comes. Usually before we hold the contest proper, we have a qualifying round competition in order to determine who will be participating. Of course, that meant we all had to taste test every dish. It just so happened that one of our contestants decided to use a rather rare spice. Due to an unfortunate combination of ingredients, the result was mass food poisoning. And because everyone was unaware of this combination, they were all unlucky enough to fall victim to it. You gotta be kidding me. Almost sounds like it could have been a terrorist attack. Simply hearing the word terrorist has me on edge. As of everything lately. Didn't something similar happen in Langport? There's no need to worry. After conducting a thorough investigation, the police have concluded it was indeed an accident. Yeah, I haven't sensed anything fishy on my end either. I guess that makes things a little better. Thankfully, my symptoms were very light compared to the others. But the rest had no choice but to withdraw. Most have said they were unwilling to participate if they weren't in top form. It would still be a shame to call the whole thing off, however. Instead, we thought we could perhaps bend the rules a bit. We're hoping to attract more participants and open registration to the general public. Given such strange circumstances, we figure we might also rename the competition to the Aramis Sweets Contest. However, we're still unable to decide who to recruit for participation, and the contest is just around the corner. So what you're saying is, as long as Holland's not the only competitor, everything else should fall into place. Still, convincing someone to join a competition on such short notice is going to be a hell of a task. Well, I'm sure we must know someone that would be willing. We have to know someone. The world of sweets is at stake here. Alright, we're on the case. He's the silliest guy ever. Are you sure? Thank you so much, man. Honestly, I think you might be doing him a favor, not the other way around. But anyway, as a member of Aramis Student Council myself, I'll do everything I can to help. Guess our policy of only taking serious requests got thrown out the window, huh? Rules don't matter when there's sweets involved. At least she understands. Well, I suppose it's decided. Could you tell us how many participants you'd like us to recruit? If possible, 4 would be ideal. 4, huh? I think I know just who to call on then. Is one of those people the owner of Montmartre? You got that right. He'll probably grumble the whole way here, though. But I'm also thinking of asking a shopkeeper at the Libero Boutique. That makes sense. She did used to work as a maid over in Beau's after all. I believe she's been helping set up the festival recently. We should be able to find her somewhere around the school. Maid? I bet she'll be great at baking. Then for our 3rd participant, we should see if we can talk to the woman in charge of Langport's Laifu Fandian. You said she'd be in the capital today, right? Yeah, something like that. Heard she's got a stall over by Aramis' front gate. Have a feeling we can expect some good stuff from her. She sounds perfect, but do we have any ideas on who the 4th participant should be? Can I make a suggestion? There's someone I've been hoping to meet for a while now. Oh, Dunn! Oh, I love how this wraps around. Dunn was the guy we helped in the prologue. You know, the one who was being falsely accused. I believe I saw him in a magazine once. I've been curious to meet ever since. His name is Dunn from the Center Marché. Oh, I know him from Gateau de Dunn, right? I'm sure he'll be thrilled to get an invitation like this. Your enthusiasm for the culinary arts never ceases to amaze me, Van. However, I've heard he's closed shop for the moment. You might just have to search around for him. No problem, I have a feeling I know where to look. Heard he used to run around with some gangs. I'm sure he's still in contact with a few of his old buddies. We'll sniff around the usual hideouts, hangouts, and find the guy in no time. Suppose it wouldn't hurt to look. Well, if you don't mind going out of your way, I'd certainly appreciate it. Guess that makes 4. If we can get them all to agree, it's great. It'll be a case closed. Yeah, we should get moving. Here's hoping you find only success. Well, since we're already here, we may as well go see the people we have around the area. Oh, if it isn't Aaron and the rest of Argine Solutions, thanks again for all your support back in Langport. Laifu Fandian, right? Never expected to see you in the capital. Yeah, what are the chances? So, why exactly are you in the capital? To test my skills, of course. I want to see how far my Kowloon hotel training can take me. Whether it'll let me sink or swim in the next capital foodie scene. So I figured I could use the school festival as a little test. I'm sure you'll have people falling all over you in no time, Meishan. I mean, I don't think anyone can resist your cooking. Well, sounds like your sister's faith in you at least. I'll probably grab a bite later if that's alright. See you then. Of course, you won't regret it. Is that really what happened? How terrible. I'd like to give you all a hand, but I'm not so sure it'd be alright for someone from Langport to participate. It should be fine. I mean, I was the one who recommended you anyway. Yeah, sweet shouldn't be a problem for former Cheji Shushi of Kowloon Hotel, right? That's for sure. My sister's gonna sweep the competition. Oh, you. Well, if you really think I can be of help, I'll gladly do my part. Thanks. We'll see you at the contest then. Well, that was easy. Yeah, we need to get back in the school, though. That's the problem. Well, let's see what happens. Huh? What's with all the commotion? It seems to be coming from the front gate. I wonder if something happened. Let's go take a look, Van. Yeah, I guess we should, though something tells me it'll be a real pain. Well, well, well.
Yeah. 生徒諸君に来場者の皆さん、実は私もこちらの OB でね。 ちょっとした挨拶に参上した次第だ。今年の学芸祭は一味違うようだ。どうか気にせず存分に楽しんでほしい。
I don't know if he needs security with how well he handled himself during the coup. Holy crap, it's really him. President Grahamhart sure knows how to work up a crowd. I didn't realize he was an Aramis alumnus. Who knew my school was so prestigious? I knew that the president was an alumnus, but I didn't really expect to see him here. I feel bad for Agnes. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say she didn't know he was coming. Yeah, doubtful. I'll bet Ren and Rune knew. But they probably kept it under the lid. Well, at least we don't have to worry about the festival crashers. Security's bound to have gone to an airtight, damn near impenetrable. Most likely, now I think about it, Zin was awfully confident in security detail. Perhaps Kilika kept him in the loop. Do you ever wonder how we ended up becoming acquainted with all these devious characters? All the time. I'm kind of curious about what the president's up to, but we're starting to run out of time. We'll need to be meeting up with the rest of the crew pretty soon here. Some characters that move elsewhere in there. Okay, so there's more dialogue. Okay. Yeah, once we do that, it's going to lead us towards the end of the game. Alright, but we do need to head in the school again because obviously one of the people here we need to speak with. Yeah, I knew it wasn't going to progress the story forward, so what's going on up here? Oh, hey. Oh, I hear some voices coming from inside there. I think it's Ren and Miss Matilda and Miss Toa by the sounds of it. Hey, you want to poke your head in there? Be happy to join you. Man. Perhaps I should step away for a bit. Might sound odd coming from me given my own personal circumstances, but he is family. I think you two should take some time to talk. You may be right. I'll let you take it from here. So, want to go in? Yes. You've changed quite a bit, but you know what they say, the more things change, the more they stay the same. I'm beginning to believe I'll always be the naive student I was in your eyes, Miss Matilda. Oh, hi, Agnes. Hello, Mr. Arkwright. You're finally here. Let me put on some more tea for you. Oh, no, that's okay. You don't have to do that. Well, I should be leaving the nurse's office empty for too long. I better be going. Please take your time and enjoy yourselves. I wish you all the best, Mr. President. Thank you. Please take care of yourself. Didn't realize you knew Miss Matilda. She's been on faculty since my days at this academy. She helped me a great deal during that time of my life. I assume could be said the same for you and Mr. Kincaid, yes? Indeed, she has been something of an advisor to the student council for a very long time. Oh, and she was also a bit of a caretaker for a certain problem child whose antics caused the poor woman no end of undue stress. Is that so? I can easily picture that. Yeah, I'll admit I was a bit of a troublemaker. Hey, wait, you're one to talk. You caused her a lot of headaches yourself, and I bet Ren did too. Anyway, what brings you here today, Mr. President? Last time we spoke, Oh. Don't worry, Agnes. I've known about you and your dad since before I came to the Republic. I also remember what happened back then. Oh, you did? I'm guessing the same goes for you, Mr. Prez? Correct. I remember everything that happened quite clearly. By the way, I also heard all about your exploits with the Garden Master from Kincaid. Part of the reason I came here today was to thank you in person. Even if that coup d'etat ultimately didn't come to fruition, the fact remains you saved the capital, and dispelled the shadows of our past that no doubt would have consumed our present. Wish I could take all the credit, but I can't. Had a bit of help with that. I trust the items that were passed down to my daughter from my mother-in-law proved useful in that situation. If so, then as your father and as family, I'd like to express just how grateful I am. Dad. Well, if you really are grateful, how about you show up by giving me some... Of course, considering it never happened and cannot be disclosed to the public, I'm afraid I'm unable to provide you with any remuneration. Damn mirror pinching cheapskate. Why must you always be difficult, Dad? He jests. We prepared a small reward. This is where having a secret reserve fund comes in handy. It isn't much, so I suggest you keep him on a short leash. Otherwise, he will spend it all in one place. Understood, will do. No, won't do! Do you not trust my daughter, Mr. Arkwright? Is her work performance not satisfactory? Oh, and if memory serves, when you visited our home at the end of last year, you only stayed for a slice of cake and left in quite a huff. We should arrange a time where we can sit and talk frankly, man to man. Perhaps we could book a sauna session. You? Yo, you're into saunas? Wait, no, I don't want to... Hey, what the hell are you doing with your Zypha, Rune? Why, I'm simply putting in a reservation at a private sauna that opened recently. I don't remember saying I agreed to this. Try not to let them get to you, Van. Well, at least we were able to shift the conversation away from the subject of the Genesis. Agreed. Well, in any case, I feel a bit more at ease now. I guess he really is a father at heart. Although I can't help but be a little worried about where things will go from here. Me too. That plan of his, whatever it entails, has been progressing for the past 2 years now. We still know very little about it, but I wouldn't be surprised if he makes an announcement about it before long. Guess we'll see. Afterwards, Van left the student council office and parted ways with Agnes and met back up with Elaine. Oh! Well, apparently doing that gave us a... I don't know which one to pick. I think I'll pick the Rune one. Well, I guess that's another, side thing we'll be doing. We'll save that for later, though. Let's go and find Leela.
東方茶屋にメイド喫茶か今年も趣向を凝らしてるみてえだな
でメイド服と東方風ドレス
Oh Lord.
どちらが好みなのかしら
いや別にそういう意味で言ったんじゃねえんだが
どうしましょうかぜひまた来て
I
く
mean,
だ
we
さい
already
ね
have Van maxed out, I believe, so...
礼は言わねえぜ
自分へのご褒美ってな
Oh yeah, everyone moved around, so we're gonna have to talk to everyone at the school again, but we'll obviously do that later.
ちょっといいか
You don't have enough participants for your contest? Well, I'd be more than happy to help you all. That was easy, kind of figured it'd take a little more convincing. As the proprietor of the Libero Boutique, I simply have no reason to refuse. After all, it'd make for a wonderful opportunity to introduce the others to the flavors of Libero. I'm sure my experience as a maid will do much to aid me as well. With your permission, I'd be honored to take the chance to show everyone my skill. Thank you. I look forward to tasting the flavors of Libero. Great, we'll see you later then. Well, that one was pretty easy. Most of these conversations seem to go by pretty quick. Okay, so Old Town it is. Need to make sure to accidentally not meet up with everyone. Yeah, so pretty much what we're gonna do is we're gonna finish this 4SPG, watch the other connection event, and then talk to everyone who has new dialogue in Aramis again. And then we'll move on from there. Oh, wow. Zin and Killigar here. Well, may as well talk to them while we're at it. This is rather unusual, or rather not. Well, it's been a while since we had a meal together. We're just having a review of everything that's happened. Like that almost coup. I mean, there's only like a handful of people that remember, right? Don't you think you should just forget about it? I'm afraid we can't do that. We must ensure that nothing of this nature happens in our organizations again. I suppose we owe President Gramhart a favor now. I doubt it will be easy to return. Sounds like we got a lot of work on our hands. You know, I've always refused the offer to advance to S rank because I've never fully been able to commit myself. I allow myself to ignore responsibility simply because I thought they were beyond me. And that weakness was exactly what the Garden Master needed. I feel as though I need to retrain myself. There's no way I can settle things with Walter like this. Zin. To be fair, I don't think there's any way to prepare for it all, but I know neither of you are the type to be satisfied with words alone. Well, I guess make the most of your review, alright? We'll be counting on you in the future. By the way, we received word from the Empire's branch. Said they should be here by evening. Good, it's been a while. Look forward to seeing her again. Oh, Fee's coming back. It appears the visits to the president have been going smoothly. If this keeps up, then it should end without accident. So that was the reason for the stricter security around the school area. Oh wow, we got all kinds of people here. Grammy, what are you doing here? It's been a while since I've had Victor's food, so I figured why not drop by. Is this where you're staying nowadays, Judith? Getting to eat such delicacies every day sounds like someone's getting a bit uppity. No, well, it's not. And Victor, any thoughts on what we talked about last time? I'm flattered you think so highly of me, but... Oh, what are you two scheming about? Stop sticking your nose into everything. You see, I've got an acquaintance as the owner of a high-class restaurant. He wanted me to ask Victor if he'd be willing to come work for him. So I did. That sounds like the opportunity of a lifetime. Wouldn't you be making bank? I can't just leave Montmartre. I have to think of Paulette and Yume as well. It would be quite sad if this place disappeared. Yeah, where else would I get my food? Well, here's my suggestion, Victor. Instead of working there full-time, you go as a consultant once a month. And in addition, I'm sure you can even have some of their chefs come over to help you at Montmartre. How's that sound? I think I could do that. Great, good talking business with you. You should be showing off your cooking to the whole world. Can't keep it locked up in Montmartre forever, you know. Wow, I can't believe she got him to agree. I suppose it's to be expected of someone with such skill. So that's what happened, huh? Sounds like some real bad luck. But you know the contest of theirs is only for the best of the business, right? To think you believe my skills are up to par. Well, as much as I appreciate the thought, I really don't think it's the sort of place the owner of a simple bistro belongs. Listen, I get what you're trying to say, but with the way things are now, the contest isn't even going to happen this year. There's just not enough participants. What if I put it like this? If those girls of yours found out you got to take part in such a prestigious competition, standing among the best of the industry, don't you think they'd be proud? Maybe it's my own personal bias speaking, but I'm a really big fan of all the food you make. I think you'd make a great addition to the contest. Yeah, me too. Sheesh, you are making it hard to refuse. Taking on such a big job so suddenly would put me in a bind, though. But I know Yume's been looking forward to this festival for a while now. Guess I don't mind doing it for her. Alright, you can count me in. Something tells me he's way more excited than he looks. Great, we'll see you at the contest then. Well, if it isn't Van, I've heard the festival's been a great success so far. Huh? This sure ain't a group you see every day. I mean, I knew you guys were all familiar, but it's not so strange. We actually help each other out with all kinds of things, above and below ground, and sometimes we'll even go drinking after. Nice to see you, Van. By the way, you haven't been involved in any scuffles lately, have you? No wounds or lacerations? On the Hunt for Desire member seems to be winding down lately, which means the underworld is seeing less movement by the day. When there's fewer fights, there's fewer patients. Seriously, my income's starting to take a hit. Well, I think a little more peace around could do us some real good. My information network's been slowing down as well. I suppose there's just not much to talk about these days. However, I did happen to hear a certain someone will be getting busy soon. Isn't that right, Hermes? Yeah, my real job's got something big coming up. And I've had to spend a hell of a lot of time getting prepared for it. Oh? My, sounds like you have a story to tell. Care to elaborate? Yeah, no kidding. You can't just say something like that and not expect us to be curious. Haha, can I? Let's have a little drinking contest then. If you beat me, I'll tell you all the details. Awfully confident, aren't we? Alright, I'm in. Should be nice to let loose for a while. She's got no intention of telling them, does she? Her real job, huh? Can't say I'm not interested, but I'll have to let it be for now. Alright, so we gotta get our last person from the Blacklight District. Ah, here we go.
聞かせてもらうぜ。
What? Are you freaking kidding me? The Eat of Sweets contest is a battlefield that every patissier worth his salt tries to work his way into. There's no way someone like me should be taking part. My technique's just not up to it. He's taking this more seriously than I expected. Look, I understand how you feel, but you've been doing pretty well, don't you think? Gatote Dunn was even showcased in a magazine recently. I mean, sure, but listen, if we don't find enough participants, the event's gonna suffer a huge setback. Just think of it as a lucky break, yeah? And couldn't this be your chance to scope out the competition? This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Well, I guess you're right. Alright, you got me. I'll just have to throw my best at him. Should be able to brush up my skills in the meantime. Sounds good, we'll see you at the competition then. Looks like we round up all the participants. Let's round back to Andalusia.
さあ向かうわよ
Alright.
パティスリーアンダルシアへようこそ
Hey, we're back, and we managed to get all 4 participants. Really? It would appear they've arrived just in time for introductions. Yeah, I came like you told me to. I must say, this is quite the lineup. Excellent. First off, I'd like to thank you all for joining us on such a sudden request. Aren't you the owner of Montmartre? And you're the one from the restaurant over in Langport. Oh, and you're that patissier Mr. Holland's been raving about. I think you even convinced the proprietor of Libero Boutique to join as well. I have no doubt that this will be a competition for the ages. I know we're only filling in for big leagues, but I'll make sure to give it my all. Yes, I shall do my utmost to succeed. This is going to be one hell of a contest, that's for sure. I heartily agree. Well, since we're running out of time, why don't we get started on the preparations? I'll be distributing materials to each of you. Oh, before I forget, Arkwright Solutions, once again, I thank you for all your help. The event will begin shortly, so please see your way to the designated location. Roger that. Following a quick debriefing session and short rehearsal, preparations were made to begin the event. Once everyone was ready, the curtains were finally raised on Aramis' Sweets contest. My apologies for keeping you all waiting. Welcome once more to the Battle of the Patissiers, the Edith Sweets contest. This time, however, we plan to present you a new version of our competition, the Aramis Sweets contest. Oh, you made it. Yeah, just barely. I heard that Grandpa's gonna be making some sweets. I'm super excited to taste them. You're right, he is. Let's make sure to cheer him on. I'm sure Dad, Victor, will have no issue winning the judges over. Thanks for giving me a heads up about the contest starting, Agnes. I'm ready to report. And, sorry you had to remind me to do my job. Got a little distracted by all the booths. That's alright, I'm just glad you made it in time. And now without further, so these are our judges. How did Kisara get roped into this? Let me introduce the first round of our contest. Our beginning theme will be a sweet fit for students. Those judging our contest this time will be a few Aramis students, as well as some recent alumni. As both the former student council president and representative of the graduates, I will do all I can to act as a strict and impartial judge. I'm just glad to be here. But don't worry, I take the quality of my sweets super seriously. I'll make sure to judge them well. I look forward to seeing what everyone decides to make. Honestly, don't know much about sweets, though. Not sure why I was chosen for all this. Why don't you just quit then? That way I can give everyone perfect scores. I'm sure that'll give my transcript a boost. What the heck are you mumbling about? Odette certainly seems excited. Oh man, I wanted to be a judge too. Yeah, I wish they would have asked me. No kidding, just the smell's making me hungry. The 2 contestants with the highest scores in the first round will earn the right to participate in our finals. And with that, let us proceed to introducing the contestants and their desserts. First, coming all the way from Libero to share with us its flavors, we have Leela. Hello everyone, it's wonderful to meet you. The dish I prepared today is my flowery gelato. It uses the essence of one of Libero's edible flowers to create a fragrant and sweet treat. Please enjoy. A maid from Libero, huh? Never expected someone like that to be participating. Judges gorge themselves on gelato. This is delicious, and the floral scent is simply remarkable. Oh, you're right, and the texture's great too. That's not to mention how light the aftertaste is. The aroma isn't overpowering either. Yeah, I guess it's alright. The ingredients seem to balance each other out pretty well. Honestly, you could probably serve this at some high-class restaurant. She sounds so confident. Has she been a judge before? Although the flavor is indeed rather elegant, it's likely to prove displeasing to those who find the scent of flowers unappealing. Okay. Well, there you have it. Let's continue on with our next contestant. His shop spent its fair share of time in the spotlight recently. Please welcome the owner of Gâteau de Dun. I'm really not used to this kind of attention, man. But anyway, let me introduce what I cooked up for you all. Here's my orange peel cannelle. It's a recipe I'm pretty proud of. I put my blood, sweat, and tears into these things, so you brats better enjoy them. Okay. Oh my, the outside itself is so crispy, but the inside is light and airy. And bits of orange peel add so much flavor. The elasticity of the dough is simply perfect. I feel like I could eat thousands of them. This cannelle thing has got a kind of a strange shape, but honestly, I guess it's alright. Should probably be a little sweeter though. The fact that it's not is one of its strong points. It's like two of them are one judge. Alright, let's move on to the next contestant. I'm sure all you gourmets out there just know who this bistro legend is. He's Victor, owner of Montmartre Bistro in Old Town. Nice, looks like it's Victor's turn. Good luck, Grandpa. Is that my Yumi I hear? This one's for you, Princess. Well, anyway, here's my caramel pudding. It may look simple, but I'll have you know I made this with only the most quality of ingredients. I hope it's to your liking. The caramel flavor is so gentle, it's amazing. And the pudding's so soft too. If we had this at our cafeteria, I'd eat it every day. I've never had caramel pudding this rich before. It's sweet, but somehow still fresh and unique. I've been on Montmartre a bunch. This pudding's my favorite thing on their menu. Can't argue with that. I try to get some every time I stop by. It's a pretty classic dessert. There you go, raving reviews from everybody. Now let us continue. Our fourth and final contestant. So Holland himself doesn't participate, he just hosts it. Okay. Our fourth and final contestant is All the Rage in Langport. She's the owner of Laifu Fandian, the one and only Meishin. It's a pleasure. I hope to share a special treat with you all today. This is my emerald manto. Ooh, that looks good. Both the dough and sauce are made from an original blend of black tea. That looks really good. However, the inside may still be a little hot. Be careful when taking a bite. My stomach is growling. You got this, Meishin. I've never tasted anything quite like this, so this is a delicacy from the East. It's so warm and tasty, the flavor is really addictive too. Black tea and dough, huh? That's a pretty interesting combination. I'm sure you have years of experience to make something this good. The taste is a little unusual, but far from bad. I'm sure this could be pretty popular outside the East too. That's what I was going to say. It's not only delicious, but also unique. I think they'd sell really well if you opened up a store here in the capital. It looks like the evaluations have all been tallied. I will now proceed to announce the results of the first round. The two contestants that will advance to the finals are Victor and Meishin. Great job, Grandpa. Thank you very much. Yeah, I knew it was a shot in the dark, but I still got my hopes up. Guess I really do have a lot to work on my technique. Well, I suppose allowing everyone to have a little taste of Libero was enough for me. How is this controller low on battery? I just switched controllers like 2 videos ago. Oh well. So those are the results. They really put their, maybe it was longer. My other controller's already done charging. They really put their backs into making all that. They sure did. Still, having to stand by while they ate it all was torture. Damn, should have asked them to make me one of the judges. Well, it certainly looks like you all are enjoying yourselves. Yeah, but I kind of wish I could get a few tastes of those treats. I figured that's what you'd say. And that's why I thought of another way to offer my thanks for your help. No way, you can't mean... And now we've come to the final round. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Holland, the beloved owner of Andalusia and last year's contest winner. He'll be participating with our contestants. Oh, okay, I see. Let me introduce our new judges. That's an interesting lineup. What a wide-ranging selection. Our first job, he helps from the shadows but can be lured out with a sweet treat or two. Van Arkride. That's not wrong. I'm gonna end up owning Holland big time for this, aren't I? You got this, Van. I don't think I've ever seen him so happy. I'm sure he'll want a picture of this. Next on our roster, she's short, cute, and the very definition of a calming influence, Miss Toa. Is that really what people think of me? I hope she manages to enjoy herself for once. She's always working so hard. But I haven't even seen him around the festival at all. Our third judge is a very special guest from the world of Orbital Film. He's the celebrated director you all know and love, Director Gotti. And also in attendance is the woman who received the Best Actress award in Tharbad's last film festival, Nina Fenley. You sure picked an interesting group to judge all of this. This will be a hell of a contest, no doubt. Yes, I agree, and personally, I'm really looking forward to seeing what everyone makes. Didn't expect to see those two here. How come they get to judge and I don't? And finally, we managed to procure a last-minute addition all the way from Basel Institute of Science. Okay. He's a mastermind behind such inventions as the T-phone and a fair number of other contributions to society as well, Professor Cronkite. Using a contest to determine superiority in the culinary art seems strange in my opinion. Tastes differ from individual to individual. Yang's as critical as ever, I see. Now let us proceed to the main event. The theme for this final round is classic confections. Let's see what our contestants have cooked up. First up is our former champion and proprietor of Andalusia, Mr. Holland. It seems I have the honor of going first today. Since the theme is classic confections, I prepared a tried and true creation of mine, possibly the most masterful to date. Behold the Pistachio Spring Soiree. You must be planning on adding it to their menu. Well, it wouldn't be the first time. Holland's always coming up with new desserts. Wow, the pistachios really got a full-bodied taste. The acidity of the berries mixed with the sweetness of the chocolate. Yeah, this is a pretty solid combo. Honestly, it sort of reminds me of the time I spent here at Aramis. Bittersweet memories of spring. Well, I think Mr. Arkwright said everything it needs saying. I suppose if I were to add anything myself, I'd say it's really rich yet light on the tongue. I certainly wouldn't mind having seconds. The cake is crazy delicious. Someone remind me to call this guy for a catering later. Both the taste and texture are of great quality too. I can tell a lot of passion went into making this. All the flavors have achieved a sensible harmony. I believe it would pair rather nicely with coffee. Next up, we have Victor of Montmartre. Oh, I'll admit, it's a bit tough following such a celebrated professional. Well, anyway, I prepared my homemade tarte tatin for you all. Both my daughter and my granddaughter grew up eating this. It's a pretty popular dessert in our household. Hey, we've had that before. Yeah, I remember it being really good. I'm starting to crave some myself. Phew, I don't even know where to start. Is this cheating, Victor? You already have my taste buds in a chokehold. The caramelized apples are simply delectable. The pastry itself is crispy, but slightly moist as well. I can tell plenty of attention was paid to perfecting each detail. The single bite reminds you of a warm and welcoming family. Yes, it most definitely does. However, it still manages to taste like a luxurious dessert. Delicious doesn't even begin to describe it. I suppose it's not terrible. You can tell the chef went to great care in selecting his ingredients. I'm sure Esmer and Quattro would find the taste compelling. Oh. And finally, we have our final contestant, Lao Fu Fandian's Mei Shin. I thought long and hard about what classic confection meant to me, and I came up with this. It's a special pudding that made so it doesn't stick to the plate, your chopsticks, or even your teeth. I call it Snowfall San Busan. I developed it while I was still working at the Kowloon Hotel. I've never seen this version before. I wonder how it tastes. I'm excited to see their reactions. I doubt she's going to win two competitions in a row in the same game. The judges sampled the pudding, attempting to identify the new flavors. The egg seems creamier than usual. It really melts in your mouth too. This is way different than any San Busan I've had. I've never seen this before, but it tastes great. I think the white egg yolk really earns the spotlight here. You can tell the chef really excels in Eastern technique. She must be a true master of her skill. It's a work of art. It really is a one-of-a-kind taste. I'm glad I was able to try such a delicacy. Mixture of ingredients has created a rather unique taste. Perhaps the field of cooking does have depth after all. Well, those were all the sweets we prepared for today. Judges, if you would please write down the dish you felt was best out of all three. They all look so delicious. Yeah, and Van had such a way of describing them, I almost started drooling just from listening to him. You're right, he seemed really passionate about them all. He'd probably make a killing as a gourmet reporter. I'm so excited, what do you think Van's gonna choose? They were all pretty freaking good, it'd be hard to pick just one. But since this is a contest, I have to make a choice. Andalusian Pistachio Soiree, Victor's Hammy Tartare, Amation Sansaban. Which one should I vote for? I assume whoever you vote for is the one that wins. Yeah, we gotta vote for Victor. Alright, I made my choice. Welcome back, Van. What are you doing over there? Aren't you still one of the judges? Yeah, but I already turned in my vote. Should be fine to watch the announcement from here. Thank you for your patience, everyone. It's now time for the final results to be revealed. After a fierce battle, the crown goes to Montmartre's homemade tart tatin. Oh, hey, that's the one I voted for. I guess you really do have great taste. Your confection made me feel like I was in some heartwarming family drama. Yes, your tart was very delicious. You could tell how much love went into making it. Well, I'm quite pleased to hear that. By all means, feel free to stop by our bistro whenever you like. Congratulations. I suppose I'll have to work even harder to match up to you. I'm actually feeling a little inspired by all of this. I'll be sure to improve my technique once I return to Langport. As for our grand prize, the winner will receive 1 year's supply of the highest quality fruit and eggs sourced all the way from Orin. Wow, a whole year. Thank them for their hard work. The other 2 contestants receive rewards as well. And with that, the Aramis Sweets contest came to a close after roaring success. Although Van and the others took a moment to talk with Yuma and Victor. They all eventually split up to enjoy the rest of the festival. That was a really great contest. Yes, everyone seemed to be having a lot of fun. Yet, well, we certainly couldn't have done it without your help. I have to say, I'm quite impressed that you managed to bring together so many talented chefs on such short notice. I'd like to thank you again for all the hard work you've done. I'll be sure to deposit the payment as promised. Sounds good to me. Well, I think I have my fill of the school festival for now. Sorry to burst your bubble, but the festival is just getting started. We've still got plenty of other places to explore around here. Why don't we take a look? Alright, after you. There we go. That should be it. Yep, all in a day's work. Completed all quests. We've done every 4 SPG in the game. So yeah, we're going to end things off here. So next time, we are going to do the final connection event we can do with the extra point we got. And then we are going to run around the school, see if there's any new dialogue with any characters of note, like Swin and Nadia over here. And then we are going to progress with the main story through the finale. So that's going to be it, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day, everyone.